Alright guys, now this is going to be a different video because it's something I want to discuss from recent events, essentially. Now, the gaming community is pretty damn supportive, and I understand that. They are brilliant. The Twitter community that I'm part of, can't fault them. However, there are certain things that crop up that you just think, why are we still caring about this? And if you've seen the thumbnail, you know what I mean. Now, as a collector myself, you've seen the consoles. I share them all the time. The setup, both of which are essentially two different setups. One is a modern setup, the other one is a retro setup. Now, what I want to talk about is going to take some time. So, what I would do is grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee or whatever your preferred drink is, alcohol, whatever. Because this is going to take a little while. Now, for me, gaming isn't about the power. If it was, I would go out and buy myself a gaming PC. It's that simple. It's not about the power. It never has been about the power. If it was, like I said, a PC would be in my collection. It's not. It never has been. I did go through a scenario where I was a PC gamer, and I just got sick and tired of the constant upgrading. It wasn't my thing. I just wanted to buy the console and play the game. That's what I like to do. I don't want the spec sheet to be like 78 pages long, full of technical specs that I have to keep track of, because if I don't, it won't play the most recent game. That's not why I game. I game because I love the stories. I game because I love the gameplay. I game because I like the people in the games, the voice actors, the development of the game. That's what interests me. Now, recent events for the next generation consoles, this is what this is about. And given where we are now, where people are literally fighting over what's going to be more powerful, the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, I don't understand. Now, this fight has been going on for years. Generations of consoles, since the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive, even sooner before that. Even before that, Atari and ColecoVision and everything else that is out there that has had this rivalry. There's always been some type of console war. Doesn't matter how minor. It might seem minor between PlayStation and Xbox compared to what Nintendo and Sega used to do, but the thing is, it doesn't matter these days. It just doesn't. There is no reason to favour a console over one another for power. There is no point. Now, I'm going to make a few points, and I'm sure a few of you are going to go down into the comments and start being keyboard warriors and tell me that I'm wrong in some way, shape or form. I don't care about that. If you do that, I'm just not going to get back to you, and I'll either block you or whatever else. I don't make money off this. This is a hobby for me. So at the end of the day, if you do that, you're gone. Don't abuse me. It's that simple. It's not happening. I'll just press the block button. I have friends that will have opinions, and they will accept my opinion on this without having the anger and the abuse that come with it. I'm not abusing you. Don't abuse me. Now, the thing is, right now, as of today, the PS5 has had its spec sheet pretty much blown wide open. And compared to the Xbox Series X, it's not that impressive. Fine. I get it. Now, this is coming from a guy that has owned a PlayStation and an Xbox together for years. Since the PlayStation 2. Still do. I've still got my PlayStation 2. I've still got my original Xbox. Love those consoles to bits. the first game that I ever played for an Xbox was indeed Halo, and I loved it. It's that simple. I loved the game to bits. And it just boggles the mind how me as a person, probably one of the most cynical people on the planet, can like those consoles together. It's that simple. I like those consoles together. That is how I roll. I like gaming. But it seems as of late that with this announcement of the PS5 and its weaker spec sheet than the Series X, people have kind of come out the woodwork and just randomly started giving it all that. Giving it a good chinwag, let's say, to be polite. And I can understand why. If you prefer one over the other, fine. But why abuse the other party because they like PlayStation over Xbox or like Xbox over PlayStation? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't have any real issue. And anybody that does it is just stupid. I don't get how that is a scenario. I really don't. Now, what's really annoying me, and I'm going to discuss this a little bit later on in the video, is both consoles are going to be, in some regard, backwards compatible. Not fully, but partly. And Xbox already put this in place. As we know, it supports original Xbox games and also Xbox 360 games. Not all of the library, but it will support that in some shape or form. Sony has done a partial thing. Now, it wasn't what I was hoping for, and I'm a Sony fan. I was hoping for full backwards compatibility, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. However, that's not been the case, and I understand it must take some power in order to do that, and I'm willing to accept that. Maybe some down the line, emulation maybe as a patch. I don't know. It's possible. It could work. I've known it to work before. But the thing is, and this is my personal worry, if they do backwards compatibility with previous gen consoles as emulation, I don't want them to do what they did with the PS3 and the PS4, where it was digital only. Now, if you guys know me, which I'm hoping you do by now, I like collecting. I love collecting. I've got all kinds of things. I've got posters, stuff like that. I love collecting stuff like that. And it's starting to really bother me that the future of gaming is, and I know it is. There's no afraid of it. It's going to happen, and that is that the future of gaming is becoming completely digital. It's that simple. It will become completely digital at some point. And as you can probably tell, it upsets me quite a bit because I'm not a fan of digital. I never have been. You can't preserve a digital game. It doesn't make sense. If you're a collector, you like to preserve the game, the book, the case. You have my, point. And it concerns me that future games will eventually disappear. Now, one of the games that I can mention now is Turtles in Time Reshelled, which is not a great game, I know that. I have that digitally. When I was young and naive, I bought it digitally. It's on my PS3. I would not be able to get that off there and put it on a physical disc. However, that is now not on the PlayStation Store. It's gone. It's that simple. It's gone to the history books. Whether they've kept the ROM of it or whatever else, I don't know. But it's gone off there and it's nowhere to be seen. Then, recently, I think it was last year, DuckTales the remaster, disappeared off the PlayStation Store and digital stores in general. Now, that was released physically. I own a physical copy for the PS3. And I understand anybody that had it digital because it's easier. It's on your hard drive. You can just go in and, do it. Fine. I get the convenience. It's not about the fact of what convenience is. It's the fact that if you don't own that physically, that game is now lost to history. It's somewhere on a computer hard drive that could possibly be in a building that could be burnt down or blown up. It could be anything. Or failing that, somebody might just forget it's there and, keep it. Now, my complete scenario right now is the fact that gaming as a whole is becoming very complicated. With all the digital and day one patches and the fights over power, and there's just no need. There's no need. You can give gamers the option of having a physical copy. You can stop other gamers from fighting over which is more powerful. It's the most unpivotal thing known to man. And it's really something that doesn't matter. The Switch proved this. The Switch proved that power isn't the way to go all the time. It took a different approach, and look at it, it's thriving in the gaming community. Why? Because it did something different. It didn't just follow the trend of power. It's that simple. Dare to be different. Dare to be something other than powerful. And it just makes so much more sense. Whereas digital is concerned, this is where I kind of cave a little bit. Now, this is going to be my last bit on this video because I don't want to make it too long. In my view, and this is completely my opinion, it doesn't have to be yours, this is my opinion, digital to me is a waste of time. The games aren't a waste of time, don't get me wrong, it's not the games, it's the fact that everything is digital. A lot of games will be lost to time because of it. A lot of people will lose out because of it. Just because if they don't have that online store, they won't get the game. And if they have got that game and it's stuck on a hard drive somewhere, there you go. Gone forever. Now, here's the kicker. And this is something I'm going to mention on Twitter because I need to. If the gaming community, if the gaming market goes all digital, then me personally, I'll be out. I'll be out of gaming. I will not collect something that is purely digital. Because in my mind, in this head, you cannot collect something that is digital. For a collector, it's all about the books, the paperwork, the cases, the discs. It's about collecting an item that you love. And in my mind, when I turn around and say, oh, let's take a look at my collection, what have I got? It's the game cases, it's the artwork, it's all that kind of stuff. What people aren't bringing to the table at this point is the fact that if everything goes all digital, there'll be none of that. You wouldn't be able to show off the artwork. You wouldn't be able to show off all the different games, cases and things like that, all the special editions and stuff that you get. I was completely gutted when I bought Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was my pride game at that point. And when they announced that they were doing a special edition, but they were only releasing the game digitally, I kind of sat there and went, okay. What's the point? I'm getting a figure. And then a piece of paper with a code on it. And then they said they were going to release it physically. And my mind, I was actually more excited about the physical copy than I was about the limited edition when they released Sonic Mania Plus. I was more excited about that. And I found myself thinking, digital is not my way. Digital, it will never be my way. And lately, it's become more and more apparent that that is the case. I can't carry on collecting future gen systems if there's nothing to collect for. Because me pointing my camera at the TV screen saying, oh, this is my collection, let's have a look, and scanning through a couple of boxes on my PS4 or PS5 isn't the same thing. It's just not the same thing. And I can't do it. I just can't. I know it might seem trivial to you, but that's not a collection in my mind. A collection is something you can show off. Like my dad used to collect coins. My dad used to collect stamps. There were physical collections in binders and different coins, different colours, different artwork, everything. It was just beautiful. My passion comes from that. My passion comes from playing those games and seeing the artwork, seeing what comes with them. And if that's the way that the future of gaming is going, I can't justify collecting future content. That will leave me as a completely retro gamer. The only reason I'm collecting for this generation is because I still can. And honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you, that is something for me that is becoming more apparent. A game that I want is only digital, and it just can't justify it. Just can't. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be down in the comments just tapping away, giving me all kinds of feedback, shall we say. For you guys that think different, it's fine. This is just my opinion. It's nobody else's. It's just mine. For the people that feel the need to judge and fight with a person that's just giving his opinion online on his own channel, well, here's a statement for you. How about walking away, just stepping back, taking a moment and looking at yourself in a mirror and thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I'm better than that. I don't need to abuse this person for his opinion. Because it is only his opinion. It is not mine. Just take a minute. In the meantime, I hope you lasted through this video. If you did, thank you very much. I'd love your opinions and feedback down below, as always. And I shall see you guys in another video. In the meantime, happy gaming.